Security concerns now lingering across the U.S. and in New Orleans, where the Sugar Bowl is set to take place at 3 this afternoon local time. The sold-out college football game was scheduled for last night, but postponed after the Bourbon Street attack. The Allstate Sugar Bowl CEO says the decision was in the best interest of public safety and will allow additional security resources to be put in place today.
Police on high alert at major New Year's Day events across the country. In California, the Rose Parade kicking off just hours after the devastating attack in New Orleans, tinging this celebration with a sense of unease.
I feel here, though, the security is pretty well beefed up in a sense, but New Orleans, I'm concerned.
With more than 1,000 law enforcement officers on scene to protect a crowd that could reach 1 million.
We also have undercover personnel that are walking the parade route. We have technology in place to sense even bioterrorism events should that occur.
A similar heavy police presence across the country. Ahead of the Peach Bowl game, Atlanta police promising added precautions and deploying specialized units and additional personnel. The Philadelphia PD is closely monitoring areas throughout the city, including the Mummers Parade. Less than 2 weeks ago, a similar scene in Magdeburg, Germany, leaving 5 dead and hundreds injured after a man drove through a Christmas market. With an event of this scale, where you have close to 1 million people gathered in a dense urban area, even if law enforcement does everything in their power, they can't account for every conceivable scenario.
Security can only do so much. You have to really look at where the biggest crowd and the most vulnerability is going to be. You want to put all your resources and assets, because that's the worst catastrophic event.
Despite the uncertainty, officials saying this year's Rose Parade saw the biggest crowd since the pandemic.
I hate to say this, but it kind of seems like it's out of our control. But yeah, I mean, you can't stop living your life.
A resolution for the new year after a tragedy that's become all too familiar. David Noriega, NBC News.